What's going on? What's going on? This your man Miles C219 TV Midwest Connected, man, cheap for life. But we touch on all things life, but let's not forget GoFundMe. Excuse me, GoFundMe is not life insurance. And your man BBL Drizzy about to find out the hard way. Now, it's over years, and you can check history, man. All wars have started sometime and ended because of women. Women and money. Women and money. It's the biggest problem we all got. Starts most wars, starts most problems. So your man Drake wants to keep coming at Kendrick's wife. You know, Drake is Mr. Subtle, so, you know, sometimes you got to know when to stop. So, you know, he don't want to just take the L and move on and go back to dancing, singing melody. He want to stay in that little gangster lane. So as y'all know, him mentioning Kendrick's wife is what turned Kendrick up. And he told him I can go further down that rabbit hole. And I think he about to go further after y'all check this video out. And let me know what y'all think. Drop something in the comments. Should Drake pump his brakes, man? Because he poking the bear again, man. He done poked the bear again, man. After you done got washed. After you done had the situation. You done poked the bear again, bro. So let's see let's check this video out, man. Fair use, you know. Fair use. Hold on. Let me see who this is that we giving y'all. I like to give Gossip Hub they shout out, you know. Fair use to Gossip Hub. Go check their channel out. But we was in the YouTube streets and we found this that your man still mentioning their name, man. You mentioned, and see, this is Drake's. This is the pretty boy Mo. This is how they fight battles, but it's about to get ugly. But check this out. Let me know what y'all think. Drop something in the comments.
Drake, you did the same thing twice now. You mentioned Virginia Williams or whatever, Pusha T's wife.
His man trying to tell him.
And you saw that gloves off, and we saw what happened. You mentioned Whitney, and Kendrick Lamar's wife name is Whitney. You have to be prepared for anything.
You said you're open about porn. What type of porn are you watching? What is your thing?
It's top.
Wow. Holy.
Highest tier of top givers. That's really what
I see.
Consistently, like on a daily basis.
So Drake's baby mama, Sophie Brousseau, the woman who claimed the OVO star got her pregnant last year, is currently a painter selling artwork through her own website, but she previously was a video vixen doing softcore porn under the names Rosie Divine and French Rosebud.
So Drake's baby mama, Sophie Brousseau, the woman who claimed the OVO star got her pregnant last year, is currently a painter, selling artwork through her own website. But she previously was a video vixen, doing softcore porn under the names Rosie Divine and French R. But y'all, Drake must have the worst PR team in the world because he just keeps shooting himself in the foot. And it looks like he won't stop until Kendrick buries his career and no one takes him seriously. So after all the petty moves he pulled, the lies, the corny bars, the PDF file allegations, Drake decided the best way to address this drama.
You found a new place that checks all your boxes. Now make sure your connected home is ready to go with Quantum Fiber Internet.
Drama was to diss Kendrick's fiancée, Whitney, again. Yes, you heard that right. Drake is coming for Whitney and throwing shade at her in the most petty, cowardly way you can imagine. So Drake decided to mock Whitney's looks, and he hired a look-alike model for his new OVO clothing brand, Celery, referencing Whitney's cameo in the music video for Kendrick's viral diss track, Not Like Us. Kendrick's Not Like Us video featured cameos from Whitney and their two children, with Whitney showing off her sleek dance moves and effortlessly shutting down Drake's failed attempt to destroy her family. However, Drake is playing with fire again because sources close to Kendrick are saying he's getting ready to go nuclear on him. After all, Kendrick did say in Not Like Us that the rabbit hole.
Man, these white announcers, man, they got a way of making this sound like this is World War III, man. But it get deep, though. Beef has got you that is deep like that, you know what I'm saying?
Is deep, and he can go further if Drake pushes him again. But see, this is just the tip of the iceberg, because Kendrick's fiancée, Whitney, is not the first woman Drake tried to use to get back at a man he had beef with. Drake actually has a long history of shading wives, girlfriends, and even daughters of the men he has issues with. He did it with Pusha T's fiancée, Virginia, DJ Mustard's ex, Rick Ross's ex, and he was even recently caught creeping on rapper Mos T's daughter, who just turned 18. It's extremely odd that every single time Drake gets into a beef with someone, he instantly starts to disrespect their relationship partner. And then, how about the fact that Drake is pushing 40 and he still hasn't had one serious relationship? No woman has ever publicly claimed Drake as her boyfriend, and even the ones who dealt with him quickly ran away as far as they could and never looked back. None of the girls in Drake's dating history stayed long-term. It seems like they like the idea of dating Drake, but once they get to know him, they don't last long. You've got to wonder why. I mean, at this point, there's no denying that Drake has a super weird relationship with women, and this doesn't get brought up enough. So what's up with Drake shading Kendrick's fiancée, Whitney, again? Is Kendrick really cooking up another diss track to put him in his place? Let's break it.
Yo, and every female that your man Drake dealt with sister-wise, Serena, whatever, it never worked with a real sister. That's why he go to the youngest. It's something to that, man. Something, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. But Kendrick about to go, how deep down the rabbit hole is he about to go?
Get down.
Right now, I feel like I get into this habit of dating like 4 or 5 women to make one woman. Yeah. I like these like 2 things
pieces
about
of
this
each
girl,
one.
and then I like what this girl does for a living.
So, if you've somehow missed it, Drake has been taking jabs at Kendrick and his family for what feels like forever now. You'd think, after Kendrick absolutely humiliated him in front of everyone and exposed all his lies, Drake would have the decency to step back and maybe do some soul-searching, right? Well, think again. Drake, being Drake, just can't let it go. And he's back at it again, throwing shade and being his petty self. But get this, instead of going head-to-head with Kendrick, Drake has taken a sneaky turn and is now once again targeting Kendrick's fiancée, Whitney. His latest stunt is not even clever. It's just downright weird. Since this is not the first time Drake went after the fiancée or girlfriend of one of his rivals, fans are saying Drake must be secretly jealous of Kendrick's life. Kendrick and Whitney are high school sweethearts, and they have a mature, drama-free relationship, something Drake just can't seem to grasp. It's starting to seem like he's envious of that. Think about it. Drake did the same with Rihanna and Serena Williams. He was obsessing over them for years, publicly proclaiming his love. But once they moved on and started a family with someone else, he started dissing them and their husbands. Honestly, Drake is like that self-proclaimed nice guy who calls the girl ugly after she rejects him. So what's Drake's game plan here? Why is he dragging Kendrick's fiancée into this mess again? Is he just being his usual petty self? Or is he sending a message that he has another diss track up his sleeve? Drake mocks Whitney. It seems like Drake just can't let go of his feud with Kendrick, and he's taken things to a whole new level of pettiness. Get this, he's gone ahead and hired a model for his OVO clothing brand who looks very similar to Kendrick's fiancée, and fans are saying, there's no way this was a coincidence.
A lot of people tell us, you finally explained trading to me in a way I can understand. Then they start seeing profits. The reason behind this is simple.
The model in question is a woman named Braden Ferguson. And once photos of her rocking OVO's newest collection were posted on Instagram, fans immediately started buzzing about how she's practically a clone of Whitney. We're talking same hairstyle, same vibe, and she's even wearing a white tank top just like the one Whitney sported in the Not Like Us video. I mean, what are the odds Drake would just happen to pick a model who looks almost exactly like Kendrick's fiancée? Fans are totally calling him out on it, saying he's being a weirdo for once again going after women instead of directly responding to Kendrick. One fan commented, "This just proves weirdo behavior, and a lot of women, especially black women, see exactly who and what you are."
Facts.
It only proves your disconnection from real, mature, adult women. It's not a move of a man or team of men, but little boys. Who is your marketing manager and PR person? Clearly there are issues in your camp. Sickening, another person wrote. Addressing men by going after their women is a habit with Drake. It confirms he is a lame. But you know what's also weird? Drake first tried to push this narrative in his diss tracks that Whitney is a victim and that Kendrick mistreats her, but now he's mocking her. So if he really believes she's a victim of domestic violence, DV, why go after her? Drake first referenced Whitney on his diss track Duppy Freestyle with the line, "I be with some bodyguards like Whitney." It's a double-meaning lyric with Drake comparing himself to Whitney Houston, who famously starred in the 1992 romance movie, The Bodyguard. However, the bar is also a dig at Kendrick's fiancée, Whitney, who appeared on the cover of Kendrick's 2022 album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, being guarded by Kendrick and his hidden gun. However, Drake didn't stop there. On his May diss track, Family Feud, He takes it a step further, alleging that Whitney is a victim of DV and that one of her kids was fathered by Kendrick's longtime friend, Dave Free. Drake again uses a Whitney Houston metaphor with the bar. On Some Bobby is, I want to know what Whitney need, referencing Bobby Brown's DV of Whitney. He then goes on to say that Kendrick and Whitney's puppy love was over in their late teens, and he wonders why Kendrick never holds his son in pictures. Then, Drake makes some bold allegations about Whitney being a victim and one of Kendrick's kids being Dave Free's. Drake raps, "You a dog and you know it, you just play sweet. Your baby mama captions always scream, save me. You did her dirty all your life, you trying to make peace. I heard that one of them little kids might be Dave Free." Later on in the track, Drake doubles down on the DV allegations against Kendrick, rapping, "When you put your hands on your girl, is it self-defense? 'Cause she bigger than you." They hired a crisis management team to clean up the fact that you beat on your queen. Now, it's still not clear what possessed Drake to use this angle and spread rumors about Kendrick putting his hands on Whitney, considering there is zero evidence of this ever happening outside of online gossip. Also, after Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, Whitney's brother, Taylor Alford, publicly showed support to Kendrick on X, saying, "FM, bro." So, if Drake's allegations are true, then Taylor vocally supporting a guy who supposedly puts his hands on his sister and is the father of her kids doesn't really track. What's also interesting is that Kendrick actually addressed this on the track Euphoria before Family Feud even dropped. And he correctly predicted that Drake would fabricate lies about his family because he misunderstood his album Mr. Morale. But probably the best rebuttal of all was Whitney's appearance in the music video for Not Like Us, where she happily dances with Kendrick and the kids, shutting down Drake's whole narrative about Whitney supposedly being a victim who always looks like she's screaming for help. But just for argument's sake, let's say Drake was right, and Whitney really was a victim of DV. If that were true, well then Drake just proved he couldn't care less about victims, because why would he mock Whitney by hiring a model who looks like her for his new OVO collection just to mock her? If Whitney is a DV victim, why doesn't Drake leave her alone and target Kendrick directly? See, this is why most can't take Drake seriously anymore, not to
Over 400,000 people with AFib have left blood thinners behind with Watchman, a safe one-time implant that
mention this isn't the first time Drake went after a girlfriend or wife of a rapper he was beefing with. It's like every rap diss Drake ever did, he had to mention his opponent's girl. He went after Serena Williams after beefing with her ex Common. He later went after Serena directly and called her husband a groupie. He used Nicki Minaj as a punchline when he was dissing Meek Mill. He name-dropped Pusha T's fiancée, Virginia. He's been shading Rihanna and A$AP Rocky ever since Rihanna friend-zoned him. He alluded to The Weeknd's ex, Bella Hadid, on Family Feud, calling her a 9. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. But can we talk about how Drake has an obsession with throwing dirt on other men's girlfriends and wives when he, at almost 40 years old, has had zero normal public relationships? He has all this fame, hit songs, and money that he brags about, but he's never had a girlfriend that publicly claimed him. So why is that? Why has no woman he supposedly likes or loves claimed him as their boyfriend or partner? Drake's bizarre love life. Drake has been linked to many famous women over the years, from Rihanna to J-Lo, SZA, and Kat Dennings to Hailey Bieber and Tyra Banks. But see, Drake is yet to have a long-term public relationship. The closest he came to having one was Rihanna. At least that's what he claimed. Rihanna, however, never claimed Drake. And after she was done with him, she didn't even want to be friends anymore. Now, Drake choosing to live that bachelor lifestyle may be odd to some, but that's his business at the end of the day. The problem is that he loves to mock other people's relationships and has a long track record of dissing women he once used to obsess over. Take Rihanna, for example. She's moved on from Drake years ago and has 2 children with A$AP Rocky, and yet Drake is still throwing shots at her in songs.
You say A$AP, I don't know if that's AI or what, but come on, bro.
It's like a bitter ex. On his 2023 album, For All the Dogs, Drake randomly decided to bring up Rihanna, shading her for supposedly being average in the bedroom. And this is a whole 6 years after Rihanna completely cut ties with Drake and stopped even mentioning his name. On the track, Fear of Heights, Drake raps, "Yeah, and the ex was average with you. Yeah, I'm anti because I had it with you. Okay, I'm anti like your daddy's sister, anti like a family picture, and I had way better than you. But how embarrassing is this? You'd think with all his success, Drake would have better things to do than take shots at a woman who rejected him nearly a decade ago and has since moved on to have a whole family. And it doesn't stop there. Drake went even further by making references to A$AP Rocky with lyrics like, "Why they make it sound like I'm still hung up on you? That could never be. Girl can't ruin me, better him than me." And what makes this whole cringe fest even worse is that
my man killing A$AP Rocky name, man.
Drake had a long-standing, very public infatuation with Rihanna. I mean, he spent years practically worshiping her.
I wish I could every girl in the world. I wish I could every girl in the world. I wish I could every girl in the world. Maybe not every girl in the world. Maybe every girl in Toronto. Shout out to Rihanna, I love you, baby.
I think that we have a connection that's established for life. And, that is that, I love her and support her unconditionally. And I like to think that she feels the same way. Whenever.
Still fancy her, though?
Do I fancy her? Of course. I mean, who wouldn't? Look at her. She's stunning. Of course I do. Yeah, no, she's incredible. But, it's one of those things that it's a maybe one day, maybe not.
I'm 20. She is an amazing woman.
I see what he's going through is pretty boy syndrome. Most pretty boys can't understand why the girls just don't want you. And it ain't really about your looks, man. It's about being lame. And see, that's about when you get exposed. See, exposure shows who you really are at the core. And that's the big thing about this. It ain't about relationships, who you choose to be with. Hey, everybody run your program how you run your program. You understand what I'm saying? But just know and understand, Drake, that Kendrick is exposing you just like Ye tried to expose you. When a Ye girl, you when a Pusha T girl. So, you suffering from pretty boy syndrome. And most pretty boys, when they don't go their way with the women, they can't fact why they don't like me. See, we dark and lovely. See, us dark-skinned dude, we always had to develop game because, it wasn't our initial look. We had to have good conversation to get you to look past what you see. You know what I'm saying? Unless they like them, shout to Denzel. Shout to Wesley Snipes. Morris Chestnut put us on the map back in the day, but you know what I'm saying? Black of the Bear, sweet of the Jews. But anyway, it seemed like Drake just going through a pretty boy syndrome situation, man, where, he couldn't get his way, man, and it's killing him. But you keep going to these dudes, women, man. Women start wars, bro, as we see. You know what I mean? So, you gotta know your audience. You gotta tread lightly now, brother.
Woman that made me feel.
Drop some in the comments. What y'all think about that?
Nervous, man. She made me feel small. She's an overwhelming being. Like, she's beautiful and talented, and her personality.
See that? He said she made him feel small. Shout out to any man if a woman made you feel small, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, damn.
Is like, it's almost like scary. And for the first time, a woman just brought back that feeling of when I was 17 or 18, and I appreciate it so much.
She gives me inspiration, but it more comes in the form of, like when we dance, she just presses up against me a little extra hard, That's really my motivation to really do well.
And here's the funny part. While Drake was busy declaring his love, Rihanna never even acknowledged him as her boyfriend. She totally treated him like
Rihanna's
a
player.
And
are you looking for an easy way to view and manage your mail and packages from anywhere, 24/7? Well,
once their little fling ended, she didn't just.
My man said she treated him like a groupie.
Move on. She publicly stated she didn't even want to be friends with him anymore. But Drake just wouldn't take a hint. At the 2016 VMAs, Drake went all out and publicly professed his love for Rihanna while presenting her with a Vanguard Award. But judging by her reaction, it was crystal clear the feeling was not mutual.
But most of all, we love the woman who hasn't changed since day one. She's someone I've been in love with since I was 22 years old.
A lot of fans were quick to call out Drake for hijacking Rihanna's spotlight and making it all about his feelings. Guess what? Rihanna felt exactly the same way as the rest of us, cringing at home. In an interview with Vogue, she spilled the tea, saying that wading through Drake's speech was probably the most uncomfortable part. "I don't like too many compliments, and I don't like to be put on blast," Rihanna explained. But that's not all. She also made it clear that she's cut ties with Drake and no longer considers him a friend. She said, "We figure on, well, don't have a friendship now, but we're not enemies either. It is what it is, and rock." So this interview was 6 years ago, and since then, Rihanna hasn't mentioned Drake in public, not once.
Facts.
But guess what? Drake is still throwing shade at her. On his Kendrick diss track, Family Matters, Drake again went after Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, bragging about how he slept with Rihanna first and basically mocking Rocky for being a family man. Drake addresses Rocky saying, "I don't even know you rap still because they're only talking about your fit again. Probably gotta have a kid again before you think of dropping any again." Is Drake implying it's a bad thing to put your children and family before your rap career? Like, how did he think this?
Now we see what his problem is. You keep speaking. That's why they want to say everybody. No, I ain't know everybody, but you keep going at everybody, girl. And naturally, they all like, yo, man, you ain't even from the hood and you ain't from here. You keep going at hood dudes about their girl. They're taking it as disrespect. So don't be surprised if A$AP say I rap jump on a remix with Pusha T and Kanye.
This was in any way a disservice to Rocky. On the other hand, this actually makes sense coming from Drake, since he tried to hide the son he had from an adult movie star until Pusha T distracted him into being a present father. Put all his messy love life aside, the thing that Drake will have the hardest time coming back from is those PDF file allegations. Unlike the rumors he tried to spread about Kendrick putting his hands on Whitney, the PDF file narrative could be corroborated by Drake's long track record of befriending women below the age of 30. There are many examples of Drake getting close to young ones, and then the moment they turn 18, he makes his move.
Grooming.
He allegedly did this with Kylie Jenner, whom he met when she was 15. Then there was model Bella Harris, who Drake met when she was 16, and they reportedly hooked up as soon as she turned 18. Befriending young women you have no business talking to, and then the moment they hit a certain age, you make your move. Well, there's a name for this, and it starts with G. And don't even get me started on that whole Millie Bobby Brown situation, because all these years later, we're still waiting to hear a plausible explanation from Drake on why he was texting a 14-year-old telling her he missed her.
He's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to go and see him. I'm so excited, yeah.
You and Drake? That's awesome. That's awesome. What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me. Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him. You know, that stays in the text messages.
So the fact that Drake, with his track record of shading women who rejected him, never having a stable relationship, and being accused of PDF file tendencies, is now mocking Kendrick's fiancée. Whitney is just embarrassing for Drake. Also, did Drake think Kendrick was just going to turn a blind eye to this? Well, guess what? It looks like Kendrick was just waiting for Drake to continue with his antics, so he could go down that rabbit hole he mentioned on Not Like Us. Kendrick's warning is clear. Now that Drake went after Kendrick's fiancée Whitney again, sources are saying Kendrick will go ballistic on Drake in an upcoming song and expose not just Drake, but also allegedly his industry higher-ups and their rumored crimes. So this is all still unconfirmed, but names like Universal Music's CEO Lucian Grange are being thrown into the mix. Word on the street is that Kendrick is on a mission to turn the whole industry upside down and expose all deviants. As for fans' reactions to Drake going after Whitney again, they're saying this is very on brand for Drake because he clearly has some deep-seated issues with women that he's never addressed. One fan said it's because he doesn't feel respected and has never felt accepted.
Facts.
From the outside looking in, he has deep insecurities that money and status can't change because his peers still view him as corny and lame. Essentially, he's the high school kid who didn't have many friends and never got girls, but glowed up after graduating and still holds resentment towards everyone else regardless of where he is in life. He uses women as chess pieces, and these are also women that wouldn't give him the time of day if he wasn't who he is today. Another person added, women don't like him, and it pisses him off. But instead of trying to figure out why women don't like him and doing something about it, he acts like they're the problem. Drake would be an incel if he wasn't rich and famous. But how do you feel about Drake mocking Kendrick's fiancée Whitney again? And why do you think Drake acts the way he does towards women? I want to hear your theories, so drop your comments below and don't miss out on this next video.
All right, man. So there we go right there, man. There we go right there, man. There we go right there, man. Now it's obvious what it is, man. And this is to all those pretty boys out there, man. And anybody that got a complex with yourself. You can't make nobody like you, man. Money ain't gonna buy you no time. Money ain't gonna buy you no. Money don't do it, man. And see all the females that make dudes think that, oh, your money ain't right. I need you because you ain't got the money. You can't do this. And then what happens when he get money is he keep looking for those type of females. Once he get money, why he needs you. He gonna go with more females like you that just want him for his money. And when he see that that's the tool he could use to get what he need to do what he got to do, some people, that's just how they run their program. You know what I'm saying? Some guys, it's a challenge to them to see how much money they can keep in their pocket and how many females they can get off just conversation. You know, that's the whole thing of courting and meeting people and the whole elegance and beauty of it all. But let me know what y'all think, man. Drop something in the comments. We see what it is. We see where this man problems have stemmed from. Women in war. Scarface said it best. Puss. And then just biggest downfall. So fellas, what y'all think, man? Drop something in the comments, man. But hey, come on, man. Come on, man. This pretty boy privilege is getting out of hand, man. That's all it is, man. He mad because they don't like him and he can't understand it, man. But y'all see, get your popcorn because this ain't finna be over. And Kendrick finna go further down that rabbit hole that he was speaking on. But you keep speaking on these men, women. When you keep speaking on somebody, women, that's the total disrespect. You mess with a man, women, and his money. Family and his money is gonna be a problem. Let me know what you think, man. It's Chief for Life. Drake, put some money on your head, man, before somebody else do. Because we all know GoFundMe is not life insurance, man. It's your man Chief for Life, 219 TV Midwest Connected, baby. But we out, man. Let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop something in the comments, man, and stay checking for the skate video videos and everything of that nature, man. But this is funny. This is really funny. You know what I'm saying?